What is up, guys? Welcome back to SoBackSports, and we're so back with another episode. And today we have ourselves a special guest on today. As his name suggests, he is the opposite of my channel. Do you want to introduce yourself, man?
Hi, my name is Vishnu. My name is So Over Sports, I guess you could say. I will probably change my name, but yeah, I just wanted to do that bit. Uh, but yeah, oh, it's not like.
Yeah, it
All
doesn't
right, I
show
got
live here.
Oh, it didn't? What the heck?
Yeah, it's like on my end because I have your end. It's not like is it showing? Like for me, it's not.
What the heck? It said I clicked go live, but okay. That's weird.
Try again.
That's crazy. And we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome back to SoBackSports, and we're so back with another video. And yes, this time we're finally live. We finally did. But as you can see, we have a special guest down below. You want to introduce yourself, my guy?
Hi, my name is Vishnu. I'm a Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, and Cubs fan, as you can see. Yeah, and I'm here to talk football, and let's get some opinions in.
Oh, yes, of course. We are going to be getting more opinions and topics of discussion on the way. But before we get into today's video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Really helps a lot. Really helps us create content like this for you guys. So feel free to subscribe. And yeah, let's start off with the Chicago Bears because we're all Chicago Bears fans at the end of the day. And as you can tell, we are on a 4-game winning streak. And who would have thought after starting 0-2 this season that we would turn it around by going 4 straight, which we haven't done since 2018. So actually, let's start with Vishnu right here with your thoughts on, the whole process of starting 0-2. Things have been down, but we're kind of picking up the pace again. Take us through your thoughts on the Chicago Bears season so far.
For sure, yeah. Well, I'll say it was a rough first 2 weeks, that's for certain. I mean, Vikings, that was a good game for 3 quarters. They had it locked down, and then you had we allowed JJ McCarthy to look like Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. He's leading that comeback. And we got blown out by the Lions, but we started trending in the right direction. We have there's some our solid pieces are starting to come through now. We got Caleb starting to, actually show up in the clutch, which is huge. And, they haven't been very pretty victories, but they're really coming together.
Yeah, I mean, very well said because, that's the thing about the Chicago Bears. And we've kind of talked about it a lot throughout the season where we don't necessarily, like in the past specifically, when it comes to close games, the likelihood of us messing it up was very high because for some reason, we just can't close out games or we blow games. That's either one of the two would happen. But in this case, we actually keep leads. And not only that, like we play hard through all 4 quarters for the most part. Uh, I just think that from a perspective of something that needs to be changed is the penalties, really. I think, if that's cleared up, dude, the ceiling for the Chicago Bears would be 10 times higher. So let's move on to Ankit actually, because, we both went to the game against the Saints and it was, ups and downs were there for sure, but it was mostly ups because the Saints are just a bad team. Like, let's call a spade because, while they did try to make a comeback or like here and there, especially in the third quarter, it just, the Bears defense kind of held down the fort. So what are your thoughts on the team as a whole and, how they did against the Saints?
Yeah, I think it was a solid win. I mean, I don't care how bad the team is. Getting a win is all that matters. Like winning an NFL game is hard, and every team is gonna give it their all. It's any given Sunday. So I think the Saints are like like they're probably like one of the best 1-6 teams in my opinion because they always have fight and they're always in the game. Um, so we had a really good game plan against them, and honestly, our defense really saved us that game. But I mean, honestly, I wasn't really mad about Caleb's performance. Like, yes, he didn't play the best, but I mean, you're gonna have those games in the NFL where you don't play your best, and it's just like he didn't turn over the ball like a lot, which he didn't harm the team. So I was fine with that. Sometimes if your run game is gonna carry you, I'm fine with that. Like as long as we get the W at the end of the day, like it doesn't really matter. And I just think that like you said before, like yeah, we don't win these close games before with the other regimes. I completely agree, but I think we have a coach that's been through those close games, been through those really high moments, like Ben Johnson with the Lions, and honestly, it's helping us. It's helping us win these close games. We won, I think, 2 in a row before the last game, with the Commanders, who are a pretty good team, Raiders, who are not that good of a team, but it was a road victory. So yeah, I mean, I'm really impressed with Ben Johnson and this new regime is done for the Chicago Bears. Winning 4 straight is a really good accomplishment, and it's something we can build on. I do want Caleb Williams to play better, but I think it'll come in time. There's going to be some growing pains, obviously, with the new regime, new offense. Because Ben Johnson really likes his quarterbacks that are like they play in rhythm, and if we know from USC, like Caleb Williams, like his specialty is playing off schedule. Like when the play breaks down, can he extend plays? And it's really good that we have a quarterback that can do that. But now I think what Ben Johnson is trying to install in Caleb is, can you play on rhythm? Can you play like more like a Jared Goff from time to time? And yes, if the play breaks down, can you use your legs and your mobility to extend plays and get us first downs? Which we've seen him do that. And one more thing before I hand it off to you is, I think one observation, I think I said this to you, was I would like Caleb if he sees a lane to just run. Like I see a lot of times where he's just trying to force throws. Like even if he has like a huge lane to throw it, I'm sorry, huge lane to run, he like kind of like waits to like throw it, and I like that. Like I like that he's trying, but at the end of the day, I want to get first downs. I want to like extend drives, and sometimes he gets it done. Like I'm not saying he doesn't, but I think that's something he needs to improve on is using his mobility because he does have good mobility. He's pretty fast. Like he can escape and get us first downs with his legs. We've seen him do it. If he just used that more, I think that would really help. But again, I'm not complaining. We're winning games, and yeah, I think it's going good right now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's one thing too about Caleb. It's like he does at times like extend plays with his legs, but I just wish he does it like on a more consistent basis if the opportunity presents itself. And I think, from a perspective of Ben Johnson, it's his first year. He's trying to gauge the quarterback he has right now and what he can do with the team he has currently presented to himself. And with that going forward, especially against teams like, that play hard, like the Commanders or even the Raiders at times, like their defense, because of Max Crosby, like can be a force to be reckoned with. And that can change game plans going forward. Because if you saw the Raiders game, the amount of batted balls that happened when Caleb would throw like, a check down, that would be immediately like batted down because it was so easy for him to see like that. Oh, he's just going to throw a check down or a screen pass or whatnot. So just trying to gauge what the play call should be, I think, and especially in the first couple of weeks was something that was on Ben Johnson's mind. And I think we're starting to see a more comfortable Ben Johnson when it comes to play calling and whatnot. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. It's still a work in progress. But Vishnu, I want to ask you a question. So when it comes to Ben Johnson and his scheme and, what he's done so far, what are your thoughts on, what he needs to improve on as a coach or coming from a scheme perspective? Is he utilizing his team to the fullest extent? What are your thoughts on that?
For sure. Yeah. I mean, Ben Johnson, I think you can very clearly look at the scheme versus Eberflus last year. The Bears, it seems like the last couple of seasons have always been in games close at the end, right? Difference is Ben Johnson, you're winning those games. I mean, you got the offense he's running around Caleb Williams is, it's not always pretty, but it does seem to yield results in the clutch, which is what we are really looking for. And defensively, Dennis Allen has been drawing up a great scheme. It's been very fun to watch. I'm getting shades of Vic Fangio's defense in 2018. And things seem to be going right, but it's those big plays, man. I mean, look at the Commanders. You had that McCaffrey touchdown late. These defensive breakdowns always seem to be the pitfall of Chicago. It's not it's not that they're giving up points in a very consistent way, but you got these big plays that are really wrecking momentum and wrecking shop for the Bears. So if they can really lock in and avoid those, then I think they're in a good position.
No, yeah, like very well, because as a fan especially, like I feel like watching Bears games, especially now, like yeah, we're winning games, but it's always a shade of feeling some sense of like, oh shit, this can actually
what's going to go wrong.
Yeah, what's going to go wrong, because we saw a hint of that in the first game against the Vikings, where everything was going to plan. Like we were leading the game for 3 quarters. We were cooking McCarthy. We literally had a pick 6 in the 3rd quarter. Like, and then all of a sudden, all momentum just completely goes away, and JJ McCarthy locks in, and all of a sudden turns into a 3 touchdown machine instead of a 3 turnover machine. Like things like that always freak me out, especially even after that blowout game against the Lions. That's what really was like, okay, I haven't seen any improvement from this team. But give it time, and then we faced the Cowboys, who also it was a very much needed win because we were facing against Eberflus at home, and we all of a sudden saw an offense that had life. Had the flea flicker too, which was kind of botched by DeAndre Swift. It's something that we haven't seen in a while, an actual competent offense where the run game wasn't pretty, but we had a good passing game, and the deep ball accuracy was looking good, and things were looking great. And then we're starting to see okay, if something doesn't break or work for the passing game, the run game is there. And that's what we're starting to see signs of. And one more thing before we move on to the next bit about the Chicago Bears is that the run game is really important, especially when it comes to Ben Johnson's offense. We saw that in Detroit, how crucial it is to have a good run game to be a complementary to a good passing game. And if DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monangai start to mesh together like we saw in that Saints game, the sky's the limit for this team. And down the line, maybe in the draft, we can invest even in a potential good running back in the early rounds, hopefully. But I think, from the Saints game, and I'm going to kind of open the floor to you guys as well, going to the next part of our schedule, with the Ravens, Bengals, Eagles eventually, and the rest of the NFC North, we have a gauntlet coming up soon. And, with all these penalties and whatnot, do you think that we can kind of start to see an upwards trajectory in cleaning up the penalties, and kind of show some signs that, hey, maybe we are a really good team, maybe not only a wild card, but maybe even a front runner for the division? Do you think we're there as a team yet, or is that still a work in progress? Either one of you can start. Or Ankit, do you want to start?
Yeah, I think it depends, right? It depends. I feel like this week is a really big test. To be a good team, you got to be a great team, right? And I think yes, the Ravens are 1-5, but they have Lamar. They're a proven team. They've been really good for the last 10 years. They've been really good. Consistently good team. Especially when Lamar has been in the league, they've been really good. So, and I think it's crazy. Harbaugh's only had 2 losing seasons, which is kind of crazy. So, I think that's a big test. It's in Baltimore. If we can win that game, I think the confidence is at an all-time high. I think polls will make for sure, I think even if we lose a close game, I think he'll make a move. But I think if we win that game, he'll have to make a move because this team is ready to compete. You're 5-2. You just beat the Ravens at home at their place, like on the road. I meant. So you have a chance to compete. I feel like these next few games are pretty important. I think the Bengals they're not terrible because I think Flacco can he can target his receivers. He's not bad. So that's gonna be another test with the prolific offense in the Bengals. The Giants are not a joke either. They have a pretty good defense, and I mean Jackson Dart's playing all right. I still think you have the better quarterback there, but and then the Vikings are it's a divisional game, right? You have a divisional opponent, and then you have the Steelers, the Eagles, like you said, Packers, Browns, Packers, Niners, and Lions. So you have a lot of hard games coming up. I don't think there's any layups anymore. Maybe the Browns because of their quarterback, but you've seen them with their good defense. Like you don't want to play them. So yes, we're gonna be battle tested, but I think this game against the Ravens is really important because if we win it, we're gonna have a lot of conversations about making a move in the trade deadline. I know Jeffrey Simmons is available. If you want to upgrade a running back, Devon Achane's available. I think Brees Hall is available. Jermaine Johnson's available for the edge position. I heard Will McDonald somehow is available. I don't know if that's true, but
know.
he might be available. Trey Hendrickson might be available. You never know. So there's a lot of people that are available. So I think honestly, I know it's a must win for the Ravens, but it's a little bit of a must win for the Bears because I know we're gonna get into the game later, but I just think that's a must win because if we win, then the trajectory of the season, we're gonna be known as a serious team, like a serious team, and that's something we need to know because at the end of the day, the schedule doesn't get any easier than this. I mean, I'm not saying like the Ravens are an easy matchup, but they've not played their best football. And yes, they're a good team, but if we win that game, I think the moves and the trajectory of the team in the season definitely goes in a positive direction. Even if we lose, if we win, but if we lose, then yes, like it's not that bad, but we're gonna be like, okay, we're gonna be like a fringe, maybe 7 seed, like maybe 8 seed, like maybe 9-8, 10-7 at max. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. So if you want to make a statement, I think this is the perfect game to make a statement.
Yeah. Vishnu, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, for sure. I'm not as confident on the Bears this Sunday. I don't want to get too much into the game, but I think Lamar comes back. I think we're gonna see more of the Ravens that we saw, week 1 before Lamar had to unfortunately go out with an injury. I think that this sort of narrative, at least among like Ravens fans, that like the season's over, they're gonna just start tanking is probably a little far-fetched for me. I think Lamar is always a threat, and I think that best case scenario for the Bears, honestly, try to keep it a close game, maybe try to eke out a win the same way that we have in the last couple weeks, but I would try to manage expectations, honestly, just because I think that I think the Ravens very clearly are a much different team with Lamar.
Oh yeah,
I disagree on that because I think that Lamar Jackson is coming back from a hamstring injury, and he's a dual threat quarterback. And normally, when dual threat quarterbacks come back from a hamstring injury, they're not going to be able to run a lot. So if we contain Lamar, because we saw that with Jaden. Jaden had a leg injury against us, and he was not able to run that crazy against us. The only reason why he was pretty good is because we didn't have any pressure on him. So I do agree that Lamar is a threat, but the rate, it's not like I'm just saying this, they were losing even with Lamar this season. They were not a crazy team. I mean, we saw a good defense in the Chiefs stop the Ravens. So I think they're definitely a stoppable team when it comes to the offense. Derrick Henry's not had his best year. He's had a huge fumbling problem. But, I mean, I just think that Lamar, I don't think he's going to come right back and just start dominating again. These hamstring injuries are really, really bad when it comes to quarterbacks. And it takes time to recover and heal. And I do think that, and a lot of reports are saying the Ravens that he's limited in practice, meaning that he's not 100% full go. So I think I don't think that they're going to put up
play this weekend.
No. I think he's playing. I think for sure he's playing. but I don't think he's going to be the 100% Lamar Jackson that,
Mhm.
like the MVP Lamar. We're not going to see that, I don't think, because it's his first game back. Like, if this was his like his second or third game back, yeah, I'll be like, yeah, for sure. He's going to like probably like run all over us. But I think there's a really big chance that our defense can slow down Lamar because he's not going to be able to get those explosive runs. He's not going to be able to just go out of the pocket and go through his holes and get first downs with his legs. And I like how our defense is playing. Like our defense is playing really hard. We're getting hard hits. Like I mean, not dangerously, but like getting hard hits. Like that. Not to be sidetracked, but that Kyler Gordon hit. Like, did you guys hear like the announcer like say like that's helmet to helmet, and like, clearly he did not hit the helmet of the Alvin Kamara. Like that was just so stupid. But yeah, I like how we're playing. Like we're playing really hard. So I think we can go contain Lamar, and we got a pretty good shot, man. That's what I think, though. I don't know.
I mean, that's fair. Like that's the thing. Like I'm so torn. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think the key is you said that he's a dual threat. Lamar can still get it done with his arm.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like, listen, I keep hearing about how, like, Bears secondary is great. We don't have Jalen Johnson, you know. Again, like I said before, it's all about preventing those big plays, you know. I see time and time again, you know, Bears have control of the game. And, you know, third quarter, fourth quarter comes, it's very easy to, you know, get distracted, let up those touchdowns. And, you know, I think that Lamar's very adept. He's a proven winner, you know. And I think it's not a foregone conclusion that the Ravens win, but I think Ben Johnson's going to have his work cut out for him. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And this is definitely, like, something that even in his presser that he mentioned, like, you know, he only gave major props to John Harbaugh and the team as a whole. Like, I feel like the approach for the Bears this season is that take every game like as if we're 0-0. Just make sure that you can like come out with a win every time and play your best football at the end of the day. And going back to the point, like of the Ravens have been battle tested so far. They've been playing against the Bills, Browns, Lions on Monday Night Football, Chiefs, Texans. Texans defense is tough. The Rams defense is tough.
That Texans game really, like, I'm being so serious. Like, yes, they scored 10 points, but you let an offense that really can't move the ball and let them score 44 points. And that game, they had Roquan Smith. They had Marlon Humphrey in that game. They had their players. So that's what I'm saying. The defense this year has not been good. I don't think Zach Orr is a good defensive coordinator. So really, I feel like it's going to come down to we get stops on Lamar Jackson, and I think we can. And we're just going to be – I think we have to score on most of our drives because this defense is not good. They let up one of the most they let up the most points in the league, or I think the second most points. I think they're the 31st ranked defense in the league. So if we score on most of our possessions and we chew out the clock and we have a good run game, we can win this game. I don't think like the Ravens are like the Ravens in the past where it's like they're a hard defensive team and they can run the ball all over you. I don't think that's what we're going to get this Sunday. I could be wrong, but I don't think that – I mean, that Texans game, I get it. They didn't have – I'm not saying like I'm judging it because they lost because they had Cooper Rush playing quarterback, but at least the defense had to like show out at least because the Texans literally cannot move the ball. Like they can't. Like they literally lost to the Seahawks and their defense had 3 turnovers and literally had a defensive touchdown and they still couldn't do anything. Like that's just saying something about the Texans. So I know we're gonna get into the Texans later, but like they can't move the ball and the Ravens still got stomped on at home too. It wasn't even on the road; it was at home. So, and I think our offense is good enough to score points. It's just whether in the red zone can we score touchdowns or are we going to settle for field goals? I think that's going to be a big indicator of who's going to win the game. Is whoever's the red zone efficiency has got to improve for us because I think the start of the season we were one of the best red zone teams, and now we're like what bottom 15, I think. I think I saw a stat about that. So. We gotta convert into touchdowns. That's the big key because the Ravens defense, at least their pass defense, has not been good at all. It's just not been good.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it's before we'll get to the next topic in a bit, and just quickly, I think for me, it's if we can limit the penalties I think we will be pretty solid in this game because a lot of the games that we've seen so far, the penalties have been what kind of kills our momentum and prevents us from entering the red zone and using that momentum to score on drives. If we can do that against the Ravens, which I honestly don't think we're going to immediately go from averaging 90 yards of penalties a game to 0. I don't think that's going to be, as we can limit it to at least like 15 yards or like 20 yards or something, which is a lot to ask for, really, especially within a quick turnaround. I think we can have a good shot to win. And it all really just depends on the offense and Caleb Williams and how opportunistic. And I think that's the word for this Bears defense, because we, like Vishnu mentioned, like we tend to let up big plays a lot. However, we are very opportunistic. We, get the fumbles when necessary. We get the interceptions when necessary. And it all comes down to, what's it? Al Harris, our DB's coach. He's been, putting a lot of pressure on our DBs to generate turnovers. Kevin Byard's having himself a great season. Tyree Stevenson is coming back when having a really solid season this as well in his junior season. Nashawn Wright, who we picked up in the off season, has been doing pretty well for the most part. I mean, he's been getting burnt a lot too. But if we can consistently get turnovers and force turnovers, I think we can have a good shot. But anyways, let's move on to the next topic. And we kind of talked about it.
You got Brisker. Brisker's having a really
Brisker
good
too.
Year too.
Brisker.
And Kyler. Like Kyler, I think honestly our linebackers too, TJ and Tremaine.
Tremaine as well.
Like, Tremaine's had a really good season. Like he's lived up to that. I mean, at least this year he's living up to that contract finally. TJ's always been good, but that tandem has been really good. So
it's funny
really
now.
Happy.
Because, now we're facing Roquan Smith for the first time. And first time since we traded him. And now it's a matter of who really won that trade. Because it was Roquan Smith. And then for his replacements, we got TJ Edwards, for a relatively decent contract from honestly pretty steal of a contract, really, from the Eagles. And then Tremaine Edmonds from the Bills, which, at the time seemed like a little bit of an overpay because the last 2 seasons he didn't really, get that production that we really wanted him to. So that's going to be a really fun thing to really watch out for, especially with that matchup between Roquan and, his former team. But let's move on to the next topic. And then we're going to probably go on to actually, we have 2 more things I really want to talk about before we move on to the pick'ems. Let's talk about CJ Stroud, because I think that's a topic that hasn't been really talked about a lot, especially more recently because of how poorly the Texans have been playing. What is going on in with the Houston Texans, man? Like, we were talking in 2023 as CJ Stroud and CJ Stroud himself on his story as well, like naming himself as a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, which now looks really silly now because where is that top 5 quarterback? And you can blame the team as well as like constructing the offensive line, from the offensive play calling, firing Bobby Slowick and moving on with, I honestly forgot who their actual coordinator is now. But Vishnu, I'll go with your thoughts right now. What are your thoughts on the Texans as a whole? Because it feels like they've just fallen off a cliff. Like their defense is the same, but the offense just doesn't seem recognizable.
I really hate to say it, but I think the pundits might have been right all along about CJ Stroud. He had a great rookie season, but I think what you're seeing right now is his lack of adaptability, his lack of ability to adjust to a new offense. And obviously maybe that's not fully on him. There's been a lot of turnover in Houston, but it really falls on the quarterback to buy into the system and be able to adjust year over year. I think what we're seeing from Stroud is a regression, frankly. I think it is possible that his rookie year, the offense was just simplified for him, and he's able to produce off of that. But I mean, looking at the tail of the tape, though, I think the issues also run a little bit deeper than that. He's not hitting his reads. His accuracy in the end zone against the Seahawks on Monday was atrocious. It's truly like it's like the Monstars, and
Yeah.
Space Jam. It's like someone stole his talent. Where did this man go? But yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, Ankit, do you want to go next? Like, what are your thoughts on CJ
Yeah.
Stroud?
I was buying in all the CJ Stroud hype after the rookie year. I still think he's good. Like I mean, I still think he's like a fine quarterback in the league. I mean, like, I do think that his offensive line is one of the worst in the league. I watched that Seahawks game and like he had like literally a second to throw the ball, like maybe like even less than that. Like it's bad. I mean, losing Tank Dell was huge. Losing Stephon Diggs was huge too. I mean, Nico's a good receiver, but I mean, outside of Nico, like no one in that Texans team is really gonna get open. I mean,
Dalton
I
Schultz,
really
bro.
don't.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
You gotta
that guy. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
You
Dak
wish.
Prescott made him-
Hey,
Dak Prescott
listen,
made
hey,
that
he
guy.
saved me a fantasy. I'll be real. Like, dude,
Yeah.
bro gave me
Yeah.
90 points. Sorry, 90 yards of offense. I'll take that at the end of
Maybe
the day.
90 points. Yeah.
Bro,
I just-
90 points, I wish, bro.
I just think that I just think that CJ, like, I mean, here's my thing, right? I think CJ last year too was like he was all right. It wasn't the best, but I did see like, okay, the offensive line was not good. Bobby Slowick's play calling was not good, and you don't do what he did his rookie season and think he's a bad quarterback. I still think he has a lot of talent in him. They just got to figure out that offensive line. They have to really. I mean, I don't know why they gave away Larry Tunsil. That move made literally no sense. Like, that Larry Tunsil trade made no sense because he's like one of the best left tackles in the league. Like, maybe like a top 10 left tackle, and you just let him go, which is the most important position in the offensive line. I do think he's regressed. I mean, the little bro moment, ever since that, he's not been the same. I'm just saying. But I don't know. I think he's gonna be fine next year. They gotta get Tank Dell back. They gotta get some weapons for him. Because he's a talented quarterback. Like, he has a lot of talent. He's very on time. It's just that something's off. Like, something's off. I do agree with you. Something's definitely off. But I mean, you gotta get him protection, man. Like, and you gotta give him receivers. You gotta give him like difference makers, man. Like, yes, you have Nico Collins, but like he's not gonna get always open because the best corner is gonna guard him most of the time. You gotta get another guy that can get open, get separation, and also they need a run game. They need a run game. They have no run game. I mean, Nick Chubb, he's washed. I mean, I'm sad. It's sad to say that knee injury is hurt. It's hurt his career. Like, he was good before that, but Mixon being gone is huge. Like, Mixon's he's not the greatest running back, but he will get you some yards. And
Wait, is he
when you
hurt
have-
or?
yeah, he's hurt. Like, I don't think he's coming
Okay.
back this year. Like, and then losing Diggs was huge. Like, Diggs, I'm not saying he's like a world changer anymore, but he will get open. Like, he's a good wide receiver too. Like, with a tandem with Nico Collins and him. So I'm not putting all the blame on CJ. I do agree there is some regression, and I'm not gonna give him a lot of excuses on that, but I'm not giving up on CJ. I think he'll be fine, and in the long run, the Texans have a good quarterback. They just need to build around him. I think it's more of a Texans problem than a CJ Stroud problem. But CJ is part of the problem, though. I do agree.
Yeah.
But I think.
Sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say that's what's kind of odd about it, right? Because like he didn't have the pieces around him, in his rookie season. Yeah, he did so much with so little, and then the Texans invested in him last year, and he kind of dropped the ball, and obviously maybe the Texans aren't as stacked as they were last year, but he's still not producing nearly at the level that he was able to with like less pieces, frankly, like his rookie season.
Okay, so my rebuttal for that would be that he had Tank Dell that year. He had Nico Collins. I agree that breakout year, but I'll be honest, Nico Collins is not Nico Collins without CJ Stroud. Like, CJ Stroud helped him a lot, because Nico was decent when he had Davis Mills, obviously, and like I don't know who else played for the Texans after Deshaun Watson did, but I mean. Here's my thing, right? You lose Tank, who's honestly CJ Stroud's favorite weapon. Like, that's his guy. You lose him to the Chiefs game last year. And then, I mean, you lose Diggs, obviously, like you said. And also the Texans, this rookie season, had one of the best run games. And I'm telling you, for a young quarterback, a run game is very, very important because, I mean, honestly, we can relate this to the Bears. The first 2 weeks, we did not have a run game. We actually, honestly, the first 3 weeks, we didn't have a run game. But luckily, we put the Cowboys, so like we can rely on the pass. But we didn't have a good run game, and we saw Caleb struggle. Like Caleb did struggle in those games. Once we got a run game, he was able to like we're able to get first downs, get more easier reads, get into the play action and all that stuff. The Texans are being like the Texans without a run game. It's really putting all the hands on CJ Stroud, and I don't think he's a guy who can throw the ball 50 times and win you a game. I don't think that's his game. Even back in Ohio State, I know I'm bringing Ohio State. They had a good run game, and that normally, like I'm just saying, when you go to a good school, you have a good run game, and that's where you get your good stats and all that stuff, and you're able to get the play action, get the first downs easier. So I do agree that like yes, he's regressed, but I mean, I think honestly the team's gotten worse since his rookie season. He got better his last year, but then injuries happened, and then this year it just got worse. They traded their best tackle. They don't have a running back this year, because Mixon's gone. You don't have Tank Dell. You have a very conservative play caller. I mean, I watched that game and I forgot who the commentator was. I think it was Orlovsky. He was basically ripping on the coordinator, saying that they're not giving the CJ Stroud a chance to throw the ball. They're not letting him throw it far, and I just don't understand why they're just running screens and stuff. It just doesn't make sense to me. So I think there's a lot of people to blame, but yeah, I do think he's regressed. But I think there's been factors to lead to that, in my opinion.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, yeah, that's the thing that's kind of confusing. Especially, and it's kind of sad because it's like, he was seen to be like a potential like world beater when it comes to being a quarterback in this league. But, and I think that's the same with Jaden Daniels right now, where it's like, yeah, he's really good still. Like, but do you see it's ounce of regression that's coming into sophomore year? And that's kind of like the trend, at least, where we're maybe as a collective community when it comes to, labeling quarterbacks as generational and elite and after their first rookie year. I think maybe we're probably starting to jump the gun a bit nowadays. But I mean, I'm not saying that Jaden is not good or anything like that, but we're starting to see like, potentials of like him getting figured out and things like that. But who knows at the end of the day. But let's go with our last topic before we move on to the pick'ems. Who's your MVP for this upcoming season? I know it's only week 8, but who's your leading MVP right now? Vishnu, you want to go first?
I think it's got to be Danny Dimes. You know what he's doing in Indianapolis right now.
I like that one.
I think he's starting to really have a renaissance right now. Really trying to undo the demons that took him down in MetLife on that one run.
Yeah,
we're really seeing a resurgence under Shane Steichen. And yeah, that would be my front runner.
Bro, I love that pick, man. I love it. Love that pick. Yeah, I told my brother knows I've been a big Daniel Jones believer, bro, since like his year, the first year I watched football, which is 2022. I knew it was like he had the talent, just like I'll always say like give this guy some receivers and a decent offense, and he could be. I'm not saying the best quarterback, but he could be a really good quarterback in the league. And finally goes to the Colts and has a good situation there. My MVP pick, I know it's not a popular pick, but I know the record's not the best, but I'm going with Patrick Mahomes, man. He's had an unbelievable season, 18 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He beat the Lions. Honestly, like he shouldn't be in the Eagles, but Travis Kelce, I don't know what that guy was doing, bro. Like bobbled it into an interception in the red zone. He's had a really good year. They just shut out the Raiders at home. Shutting out an NFL team is really crazy. His rushing numbers have gone up. He leads his team in rushing too. That's just a carry job in my opinion. I think Patrick Mahomes. I'm projecting this because I don't think they're going to lose that many more games this season. So I think Patrick Mahomes is my MVP. I was between him or Baker, but I don't know. I don't think the Bucs are going to be like. I think the Bucs are like the max they can win is 12 games. So I think the Chiefs can maybe win 13 or like maybe 14. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going with Patrick.
Dang, God, dude, I didn't even realize he had 18 touchdowns this season. Holy shit! Like it with how the Chiefs started, like it did not seem like
that's
he
only
would be
passing.
putting up stats.
He has
Huh?
rushing touchdowns too. He has like 4 rushing touchdowns. He has like 22 total touchdowns already.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, like that's a good pick too because I think he has the highest odds now after this last week.
He's back.
Um I think so. So my pick is actually I'm like torn. Okay. And I know for a fact that the the award is a quarterback award. I get it. And that's kind of
Oh,
dumb in my eyes. And I don't really like it that way because there are teams that literally, their skill position players are literally the MVP of their team. You saw last year, Saquon Barkley
I think I know.
honestly
I think I
should have been
know.
MVP. But and then the year before, CMC should have been MVP in my book. This year, as of right now, like if I were to pick a quarterback, it'd probably, like, with how crazy this sounds, probably be Dak Prescott. I think Dak has looked pretty good. He's been looking pretty good so far. And listen, I get it. Like his record is not great. He didn't look that great, especially in the first game. Well, no, he did look pretty good, but like he had lost a couple of games. But that
But
offense with what he has to work with and with dealing with Matt Eberflus as the defense, like he has to carry. He has to play 2 teams every week. So you got to take that into account. So I think for a quarterback, Dak Prescott is my front runner. Unfortunately, it was Baker at the time, but now it's stepped back because Baker had a really bad game against the Lions. But if I were to give it to anyone, I would give it to Jonathan Taylor, actually, personally, because man, what a weapon to have. Like he's genuinely like the safety blanket of all safety blankets when it comes to like an offense. You see, the Colts this year. Danny Dimes, 100% I agree, should be in the conversation. But the offense would not be the same without Jonathan Taylor. The way he rushes the ball, the way he's able to, manipulate, defenders and try to move them one side and he goes the other. Like he's having himself a really solid season. He keeps the Colts really well. He keeps this Colts offense like a well-oiled machine. And that's something that, the offense would not be the same without him. And it would be completely different without him too. And I think that's what is benefiting the Colts and why they're in such a great position now and why are they 5-1 or 6-1? I forget how
6-1 should be 7-0. Should be.
in all honestly, yeah, but like that's me. I think that Jonathan Taylor should be the MVP right now, but if I were to have to give it to a quarterback, it would probably be Dak as well. But that's me at the end of the day.
If it's not
Alright.
Saquon or CMC, it's not going to be JT.
Yeah, literally,
Bro,
dude.
I think my
Dude, Daniel Jones is the reason why they're good, bro. Come on, bro.
I think my thing with Dak is
Yes.
he's holding down the ship really well, but are the Cowboys making it out of the East? I don't think so.
That's a tough thing. Yeah, I don't think so either. But listen, I'm actually very when I first heard that Schottenheimer was going to be the head coach, I was like, okay, this is like, what are they doing? But then I realized like it's always the coaches that you're like, why did they hire this guy in the first place? That always turn out to be like, oh shit, actually they're actually pretty good. They're actually pretty solid as a head coach. Like, am I saying Schottenheimer is like perfect? No. But there's also a chance that Dak Prescott is just a great quarterback and can hold down the fort. He's just that experienced. And as long as he has a couple weapons, he should be good to go. Javonte Williams has been pretty good for the Cowboys as well. And they've invested relatively good when it comes to the offensive line. And the fact that they were able to tie with the Green Bay Packers after giving up Micah Parsons, like the fact that that's even happened in the first place is like, you got to give props to that offense and how well Dak was running it without CeeDee Lamb. And
my thing with that, man, is like Dak did that in 2023 and he didn't win MVP and he had
that's the crazy part too.
Record. Like they're not okay. Here's the thing with the NFL and compared to the NBA. Like NBA, you have a chance to win it if you're like a 6 seed or a 5 seed or even a 4 seed. We've seen Nikola Jokic do it. We've seen Russell Westbrook do it he had an unbelievable season. But both of them. But in NFL, they care so much about like your record. Like your record matters so much, and I know it's kind of crazy because, like, oh yeah, I say like Patrick Mahomes should win it, but he's 4-3. But I've trusted the Chiefs will, like, with the resume. I have trust that they'll win their division and they'll win. They'll go on a run and he'll get it. I don't think the Cowboys have that. I mean, they don't have a good defense. I think Dak will have unbelievable numbers, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. They're a team that's gonna be maybe win 9 or 10 games, and it's just not gonna be enough for the Cowboys to like. It's not gonna be enough for Dak to win the MVP award when there's players like Patrick Mahomes in the league. There's, I agree. Daniel Jones should be in the MVP conversation. Baker Mayfield's gonna have a good record. I mean, sad to say, but maybe Jordan Love, because of his record, might make it. So
no,
it's gonna be hard for Dak to do it. Is it fair? No, but how the MVP award is gone. And yeah, I it's not fair, but obviously Dak's had a good year. I'm not saying that he's a top 5 quarterback right now in the league, like if we're talking about this year alone, but yeah, I don't think it's going to be enough. And
yeah,
we could say
sure.
like, and he lost to the Panthers. I'm sorry, you lost to the Panthers, bro. Like I get it. The Panthers are decent, but you lost to the Panthers. Like,
Yeah,
I get it if you lost to like really good teams, like yeah, you lost to us too. Like, and you threw 2 picks. Like I'm sorry, like you lost an 0-2
hey,
Chicago
bro,
Bears
why you
team,
throwing
bro.
us like that under the bus?
No,
like that,
no.
man? That's
Back then we were
crazy.
trash. No. Back then we
No,
were
I
trash.
know. I get it. But yeah. Anyways, Vishu, you were gonna say something at the.
I was gonna say it's just the curse of Eberflus. You know, putting always in games and you can never pull them out, right?
Oh yeah,
So,
that's so true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, these are all very good picks. I'm
Guys,
very opportune.
Herbert just threw a pick 6, bro.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Yikes.
First play.
Well, great for Vikings. Oh no, that's bad. We're facing the Vikings. Oh my god, no, god damn it, Herbert. Anyways, let's move on to the pick'ems real quick, and then we'll close out the pod episode. So I made my pick early when it comes to the Charger. I picked the Chargers, and it's totally not biased for reasons that they're going against the division rival. But what are your thoughts on this? Who do you guys have? Vishnu, you want to go first?
Yeah, I think the Vikings put up a surprisingly good performance against the Eagles. I know it was a loss at the end of the day, but I think they're going to come out of that pretty hungry. And I still have question marks about Herbert and overall just his ability to, sort of hold the ship together. And I'm going to go Vikings on this one.
Fair enough. Ankit, what do you think?
Even though Herbert just threw a pick 6, I'm going to go with the Chargers, man. I'm going to go with Chargers. Wentz sucks, man. Like, Wentz is horrible. I'm going to go with the Chargers, but it's under review, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm going with the Chargers.
Fair enough. This is going to be something for sure, because the thing about the Falcons, it's just so like this is like the thing this year about. There's so much parity in this team in this league.
Well, I don't got to think about this one.
I know. I get it. When you know something is gonna happen, it just doesn't happen for some reason. That's the thing about the league right now, because the one consistent thing is that the Jets have lost every single game, but everything else with the Falcons specifically, like 1 week they'll look amazing, the next week they'll look absolutely garbage. So like this week, you would think that the Falcons should win this game, but why does it feel like a trap game to me? Like, I don't get it. But anyways,
no, I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. I think we're gonna see a out of character performance from Tua. Not Tua turn the ball over, and I think that I'm going Dolphins this week.
Wow. Okay,
I'm going Falcons by 50, dude. Like, this Dolphins team sucks. This Dolphins team is horrible, bro. Yeah. The reason why they haven't won, they should really be 0-7. They just happened to play the Jets, who are 0-7. So
I mean, it's not really happened. They're in their division, but like, yeah.
No, I know. Like, they got to play the Jets. Like, that's a bye week for anybody. So Falcons. I got the Falcons winning by like 30. Yeah, actually.
My mind says Falcons. Yeah.
But your heart says Dolphins.
Why? It feels so wrong. Like,
This just feels like a trap. I know, I'm with you, Amrit. This just feels like a trap game.
Yeah, I don't.
Bro, the
You know,
Dolphins,
I'm going to regret this pick. I feel,
so
but I don't.
trash.
they were able to make the Bills look bad, so they obviously need to
Yeah.
lose to the worst in the division. It's just the script, man.
No, but okay, the
Yep.
Bills, like, it's. I mean, okay, here's my thing. Like, I can't judge that game because that's a divisional game. Like every team's gonna play good against it's like you prepare especially for division opponents every year. The Falcons, like, look, they've beaten the Bills. They actually honestly stomped the Bills. They have stomped they played another good team that they beat. Oh, the Vikings. They beat the Vikings at home. Like
Oh
on
yeah,
the
they
road.
did. They beat JJ.
Like Dolphins,
McCarthy,
I mean, like Dolphins literally every week have a players only meeting. Like, I'm not trusting a team that has a players only meeting every week, dude. Like, and then
But what if this is the meeting? What if this is the meeting?
This is the one meeting
This
where
is the
everyone
one.
locks in.
I think honestly, I'm being so serious. This is my hot take here. I think they lose this game and McDaniel gets fired.
Wow. I mean, honestly, that would be good for us because then at least Devon Achane would be on the market.
No,
if we can talk about the Dolphins real quick, though.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember Tank for Tua? Like,
Yeah.
can you believe that was a thing at one point?
Dude,
that entire draft class, like 2021, they really have just fallen off. I mean, they looked all right, like early, but you got Tua, you got Lawrence, you got 2020. You're right,
yeah.
2020.
He's in the Joe Burrow draft class.
That
draft class is good.
Right.
Yeah, but it's like I feel like, and also
even Burrow has fallen off. I mean, he's had how
yeah.
many injuries in 5 years, right?
Yeah, but Joe Burrow's still Joe Burrow, though. Come on,
he's like I feel like
good.
Yeah, but everybody says he's Joe Burrow, but like availability is the best ability to quote my.
Yeah, I agree. His injuries have not been the best, but like he's like if he's healthy, and that's okay. I get it. That's if like obviously I put an if there. If he's healthy, like you have a chance to win a Super Bowl every year if you have a competent team. Like he brought a shit O-line Bengals team to the Super Bowl and beat Patrick Mahomes. Like I still think Burrow's good.
Like
that
that's always been a question mark, man. Even before his Super Bowl season, he got injured his rookie
season.
Wait,
I have a question. Where do you put him in the like where do you rank him?
Burrow, I don't put him top 10. He's got to be healthy. He's got a couple good performances, but I think health matters, and he's just shown time and time again he's injury prone, and I would not bet the house on Burrow, put it that way.
Yeah, fair enough. Because like
really?
I feel like Joe Burrow is this class's Andrew Luck just because of the injuries at this point.
Bro,
like, listen, the talent is there. Huh?
Andrew Luck did not go to the Super Bowl.
It doesn't matter, dude. The fact that like, listen, it doesn't matter if you go to the Super Bowl. He made the AFC Championship game.
I know for a fact you have a number 4, bro. Like we know.
No, like we did, 4. But like you have to also take into account this was before the season started too. Like
I think
okay, we're talking about this season.
Here's the thing about that Super Bowl. The next year, it came back around and they had Bengals Chiefs in the AFC Championship. They lost, right? I'm not seeing sustained excellence from him, man.
I get it, but like his defenses have been horrible. Like he had like 4,500 yards last year. Like had one of the best seasons ever. And it's like honestly, he's having a Dak Prescott season. He's having a Dak Prescott season, and
Dak Prescott season where no matter what you do, your team always lets you down. Like
no, okay, but again, and here's my thing with Dak. It's like Dak chokes in the playoffs. Burrow plays fine in the playoffs. He's played good in the playoffs. Yeah. Like I don't know. I mean, I get it. He's injured though. I get it. It's not.
Speaking of the Bengals, and it's the next thing actually. It's a good segue.
That whole Dolphins rationale, I would never apply to the Jets.
Yeah, this is not.
Yeah, Bengals.
Yeah.
Absolute dumpster fire of a franchise. They have no idea what they're doing. Aaron Glenn needs to figure it out fast. I think he's very talented. I think he is kind of figuring out that defense, but
I would fire him, and to get McCarthy, bro. I know it's. Dude, Mike McCarthy.
I'm just not sure. I'm not sure how you select Justin Fields as a QB1 at the start of the season at this point in his career. I'm sorry, Ankit, but I gotta put the Jets on blast for that.
No, okay, like, come on, you gotta do that, bro.
I mean, right now,
am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Right
Okay,
now,
dude, he started the season off so good.
that's how it usually
did.
starts.
Oh my god,
He
dude.
shows flashes, man. I mean, like, listen, that even when he was on the Bears, that run versus the Niners is generational. I've never seen anything like that on a football field from a quarterback, right? But
Yeah, I still have hope for him, bro.
it's
He might have a Sam
consistency,
Darnold
man.
arc. Look, like, yo,
Yeah.
everyone wrote off Sam
I mean-
Darnold. They wrote off Geno Smith, and they came back.
Well, Geno Smith,
I
wow.
think okay, like a little tangent to Justin
Jets
Fields.
drafted those guys.
That's true.
He played for the Jets. Like
Close
it's
enough.
still, it's fine. He played for
Close
the Bears.
enough.
No, he played for the Bears.
Yeah.
He played for the Bears. Another QB purgatory place, So I think here's the thing with Justin Fields. I think I think I said this after the game to you, Amrit. I think honestly, the best thing for him, low key, is to be a backup for the next 2 years, learn, and then maybe one day you get his chance.
That's probably what's going to happen, if anything. Like, he's probably going to be a journeyman quarterback.
No, I would be very surprised if he's able to resurrect his career. I think the talent is there, but he's just not. I think he's showing the exact same problems year after year. It's he can go through the, he can't. He is holding onto the ball. He's he's taking sacks. He's taking hits that he should not be taking. Right?
Yeah.
This is the Justin Fields problem year over year.
Yeah, but I think that Sam Darnold was seeing ghosts, and then he went to a good situation like the Niners where he was a backup, and then he learned and then went to the Vikings and played well. I think we've seen Geno Smith go to the Seahawks with a good system and play well. I think that if he just backs up someone for a while, then he'll get a chance somewhere. The writing's not over for him. He's only 26 years old. He'll have a chance somewhere else. I just don't think the Jets were the right place for him. I get it. He has a lot of things he needs to clean up. I get it. I'm probably one of his biggest fans, but I like him a lot. I think he says the right things. He's gonna have a job in the league, and I think he can resurrect his career. I think if Sam Darnold can do it, he can do it, man. I think he has a lot more talent than Sam Darnold. Is he better? No, but he has a lot more talent. I think someone can use his talent. And there's going to be a Kevin O'Connell for him. That's all I'm going to say. There's going to be someone that's going to help him out.
Yeah,
all I got to say is Arthur Smith was good with him, bro. Arthur Smith knew how to use him. That's all I got to say, bro. He knew how to use him, bro.
Yeah.
Glenn and Tanner Engstrom did not know how to use him, bro. That's all I got to say.
Fair enough. All right. Patriots, Browns. This seems. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to go Patriots all the way. Browns got a good defense, but I think when we're comparing the two teams, Pats have a good defense too. And at the end of the day, we got two good defenses, but one offense is clearly better than the other. I think Patriots will be just fine, especially with the way May is playing.
I think that, I kind of agree that, the Patriots should win this for sure. But I have a feeling that this is going to be one of Drake May's biggest tests when it comes to a defense. Because, yes, while he did play like Buffalo, but their defenses weren't that great. The Browns' defense is something else. It's a completely different demon to kind of conquer. So I think there's a chance May will win, and I think it's very safe to pick May, and I think I will do that same. But I think it's going to be a tough, very, very tough match for Drake May this time around, and he's going to struggle a bit, but he'll find a way to win, and I'm going to pick Drake May.
Yeah,
very roundabout way of me saying I'm going to pick the Patriots.
I think that this is the game that Dylan Gabriel is going to struggle. And it might be Shador time, man. That's all I gotta say. It might be Shador time. It might be Shador time, bro. Yes, sir. I want Shador to start, bro. Gabriel has literally. I'm a big
Shador holder, but I also want him to be in a good situation, and I don't know if this is the time.
Yeah, this is not a good situation.
I mean, if not now, when, bro? The Browns are going to be competing for a quarterback. They're like.
I mean. listen, man, this is what happened with your boy Justin Fields, right? You had Andy Dalton, they had a system going, and then they put him in too early, and like this is how you kind of psych a quarterback out. You put him in a bad situation. I still think a lot of Justin Fields' issues come from his rookie year.
Yeah.
I don't know why I brought it back to Justin Fields, but
all roads lead back to Justin Fields, bro.
It's low-key relevant because his first game ever was against the Browns, so it's a little relevant.
Yeah.
It's a little relevant.
I still can't believe that. Listen, as much as I really wanted Justin Fields to play, look at hindsight, like that was a horrible idea to play him against the Browns, dude. Myles Garrett had his way with them, bro. It was 9 sacks in his first actual start. That can mess up anyone's psyche at that point. Like,
well, then again, I mean, Caleb also kind of went through the ringer, but he was able to bounce back. So
he won. First ever number 1 pick to win their first game as a start.
That's true. That is true.
Oh, did I make my pick?
Oh yeah, you didn't make your pick. Well, who did you?
I did. I said the Patriots are gonna win, and I think next week's Shador, bro. I think Shador soon, bro. He's coming, bro. He's coming.
Bet. All right, let's do a rapid fire round. Philly versus Giants.
Dude, Eagles are coming back with a vengeance. All right. Saquon's putting up 150 yards on New York at home. All right. He's having a comeback game. Although I have been hearing some reports that he's been playing injured. We'll see how true that is. I really hope that Saquon can bring it back this season. He's, but also I think it is a huge scheme issue. But that being said, that scheme is still producing, positive results for the Eagles overall as a team. Especially I think the Vikings game showed that A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts have figured it out. And yeah, I mean, I'm pretty confident picking the Eagles this week.
Yeah, I got the Eagles easily. Like, they figured it out, man. Hurts, he can throw. He can throw. So, I think the Eagles are going to bounce back and win this game, man.
I think so too. I think that Broncos game completely destroyed the Giants' psyche. And I think Dable is officially on the hot seat at this point. And the Eagles are going to take advantage of that because blowing a 26-0 lead or something that they had, like going in, or 19-0, I forgot what the score was, but and allowing the Broncos to score 33 points in one quarter and shanking 2 extra points, like that's their Hail Mary, like at the end of the game, like that could actually derail a team going into the rest of the season. And that's my thought process on that. And I think the Eagles will get back in this game.
I think the Broncos game might actually be their Hail Mary of what the Bears had last year. Like, look at their schedule after, man. Their schedule is brutal. Like, the Giants. I don't even think they might win another game. Maybe they win one because they play the Raiders, but that's the one game I think they can win. Like, I'm actually so genuine serious. Unless they have an upset, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll see if they can rally back. I think Eagles were able to do it. Because they also had a similar game against Bo Nix. Bo Nix has been looking really good this season. I think Broncos have been underrated in a lot of the power rankings that I've seen. I think, Bo Nix is looking like a force in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. We got, surprisingly, the Panthers above 500 and the Buffalo Bills also above 500, which makes sense. But who do you got?
There's many guarantees in life, man. And I think that one guarantee in life is McDermott and Josh Allen winning after a bye. They're literally 7-0, 8-0 after a bye. So yeah, I got the Bills stomping the Panthers. This is gonna be they're back. The Bills are back. This is the Bills we've seen. So I got the Bills winning this game.
I don't know. My brain's telling me Bills, but my heart's telling me Panthers. I think Rico Dowdle is looking good, and I think after Chuba's week last week, I think they're gonna lean on him more, and I'm actually taking the Panthers.
I think that's a fair point. the Bills defense looks a little suspect and very unhealthy. The Red Rifle might be making his season debut, as the starter for this game too, because Bryce is hurt. And who is there? Xavier Legette's going to get the ball so much from Andy Dalton because for some reason Andy Dalton loves targeting Xavier Legette, and Tet probably, hopefully. So yeah, I'm going to actually take the Panthers here. I think the Panthers are going to be the sneaky team here. As much as like I really want to pick the I think this is going to be a closer game than people think because the Bills, they'll put offense for sure. Like they're going to put offense 100%. But I think they're going to make some kind of mistake in the game, like Josh Allen throwing an interception or someone fumbling the ball. Like something is going to happen where it's going to change the momentum of this game. And
I have a question. Do you guys think the Bills are a good team this year? Like, or we just like think we're just
they're good. They're a good team. Offensively, they're a good team. It's just that their defense can't do crap.
Okay, if they're a good team, they can't lose to the Panthers. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, that's at the end of the
I think
day.
the cracks are showing.
Yeah.
The cracks are showing.
I just okay. My thing is like I think it's a valid pick. It's just like because the Panthers are home, but I think that the Bills, like, I don't think the Panthers offense can go band for band with the Bills. Like the only way they win honestly is if Josh Allen throws 3 interceptions and like James Cook cannot run the ball. Like that's the only way. That's not gonna happen, bro. I'm sorry, bro. The Falcons,
Josh Allen, 3 interceptions incoming, bro. You spoke it into existence.
Josh Allen, 3 interception legacy game.
Not my problem anymore. I traded him in fantasy, but I don't see it, bro. But honestly, hey, if it happens, it happens, bro.
Yeah. Well, the game that we've been talking about, and the fact that this is the fact that this
50-50.
is 50.
Yeah, this is easy.
49-51. Sorry.
Easily.
Yeah. Wow.
Easily.
Might as well be 50-50.
Yeah, I'll go first. I got the Chicago Bears winning this game, ending the Ravens season. I think it's going to end the Ravens season, man. I think people are too confident in Lamar coming back and being like the MVP Lamar. That's just not going to happen. That's not how hamstring injuries work. Lamar is not going to be like that guy coming back, at least. Yes, and I still think that even if they lose to us, they have a chance. Like, if you see their schedule, it's trash teams. They actually are playing horrible teams. But, yeah, I think this is the year the Ravens are going to regress. Like, they don't – it's not the same for them, man. I got Caleb getting his first signature win, man. This will be a signature win on the road, changes our trajectory of the season. Give me the Bears, man. Close game. I'll say I think it's a shootout, 31-27 Chicago.
Well, listen, you got to take into effect that, remember, John Harbaugh and the staff removed all the distractions, the pool tables, the cornhole tables and all that. So listen, that'll have a lot of effect on this.
As we know, Lamar was shooting pool all the time.
Yeah, literally, bro. He told Lamar to lock in, if anything, like while I was taking a lot of injury. All right, Mister, who do you got? Who you got?
My heart's telling me Bears, but my brain's telling me Ravens, and I've gone with my heart twice. I'm gonna have to go with the Ravens. I think the Bears have had a nice low 4-game win streak. I think, unfortunately, I think they're playing a team with playoff experience. I think, and who's really facing their season on the line, as Ankit said. I think I think the Ravens will show up, especially at home.
Wait, hold on. So let me get it straight. So use your heart for all the other picks, but the one pick for your team. Like what? Hey, it's your pick though, bro.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Heart is a very interesting ways decision making.
Maybe it's a jinx that helps the Bears win.
I've been jinxing the Bears since week 2, so it's a positive for me. I'll put it that way.
Really? You picked the Bears to lose every game?
I haven't been doing pick'ems, but I've been pretty down on the Bears, and they seem to.
Honestly, so. W pick.
W's in the chat, bro. Let's go. Dude, I don't know. That's the thing. Like, I really want to pick the Bears, and I think I will. But it's like,
yes, good. Yes.
I'm gonna pick the Bears.
Let's
Have,
go. Let's go.
have the
Confident.
Bears have the Bears shown the capability to play in a shootout though? That's my question.
Yeah, we can. We did it against the
Okay.
Cowboys. We did it against the Cowboys.
Was the
It wasn't
Cowboys
really
a
a shootout. It
shootout?
wasn't a shootout though.
No,
Yeah.
but like, we were though. It was a shoot. We scored 31.
No, like they have to go band for band. Like they have to actually
Yeah.
like go
Yeah, but-
score for score.
But that's good. That's really good because that means our defense against a really good offense shut them down. And that's I think what we can do against the Ravens.
Right,
And I
but
think-
then
I
we
think
face the
that's-
Raiders, who we stoop down to their competition.
Yeah, but okay, you don't understand. Like the Raiders,
Commanders. I guess the closest thing is the Commanders.
No,
but
but-
that was also due to the
That's
fact
on the
that
road.
we turned
That's
over
on
the
the-
ball.
No. Here's my thing. When you're playing a team on the road, I don't care how you win the game, man. It doesn't matter because it's on the road. Like you're playing in a hostile environment. The Vegas is a hard place to play. The Commanders are a hard place to play. The weather conditions were not that great. You found a way to win these games. Like that's what I'm really impressed with the team. Getting those turnovers, very impressed. We don't need to win these shootouts. We can just all we have to do is honestly, there's a few keys to victory. Contain Lamar, which he's not going to be able to run that much, and
I don't
Honestly,
know. I don't think that's
look,
true though. I
yeah,
like,
And
that-
you
that's-
keep like saying that as a certainty, man. I don't
No,
know.
no,
I
like,
think Lamar comes back and he's looking
It's
good.
a
No,
hamstring issue.
I think from my perspective, like I am not counting out Lamar whatsoever, and this is why, because like he's like yes, hamstring injuries when it comes to like a running quarterback or running back in general, that's a very finicky thing. But at the same time, you have to also take into account that dude, like Jaden Daniels, when we played against him, we had a
didn't
tough
run the
time
ball.
sacking. No, he
Yeah.
ran the ball still. He did
Oh,
run the
yeah,
ball.
he
Like
did.
he got running. Like he
That's
got
not
first
all-
downs. He got,
that's not
but
all-
he also we only were able to sack him one time. One time we were able to sack him.
One bad week. I get it. That was a bad week, bro. But the Ravens.
No, but like Lamar
Lamar-
is way better than Jaden Daniels is. So like, what makes you think that like we can contain
I mean,
easily
also,
contain him?
dude. Like I don't think you guys understand how bad hamstring injuries are when it comes to mobility and running the ball.
Right,
It's
but
really hard. I think you guys are undermining. You guys are thinking like Lamar is like Thanos or something, where it like an injury like this like doesn't matter, bro. Like, okay, I'll
What's
give you
the
guys
severity
an
of the hamstring injury.
It was
Like
severe.
I have a hard time believing. Like the way you're spinning it is like he's going to be playing.
No. I'll tell you an example. It was so bad that it was so bad that the Ravens had to sit him down for important games of the season where they could have contended for the AFC North with the Steelers who were making headway. It was that bad. Like hamstring injuries are really, really dangerous, and especially with Lamar who runs the football a lot, it's going to be hard for him to run that much. I'm telling you guys, don't be surprised that Lamar doesn't run that much this game, man. The only way
He
Lamar
can throw. I'm not saying that he can't.
Yeah,
It's
you
just
can
like
throw.
yeah, but it's like
Like a keyword dual threat quarterback, man. He still has the other
Yeah.
threat.
all you got to do is send the house. Send the house to Lamar, man.
which we've been starting to do more, but it's like not as consistent.
A
We still
building-
keep sending 4.
It's a building
Like-
block. Man. It's a building block. We're gonna send
Yeah.
pressure on Lamar. Contain. Have a quarterback spy. We're chilling, bro. The Ravens don't have world beaters on offense. They don't. They don't. Zay Flowers, I'm not scared of.
I mean,
I'm not scared of.
but
like,
Derrick Henry could have a good game against us, dude.
Yeah, you
like
don't-
I will not still count out Derrick Henry.
Actually, yeah, you asked me about heart versus brain. You know what my heart's telling me? My heart's telling me that the running backs are going to have a good week this week.
Oh yeah.
This is going to be a running week.
No, like no. I just think that our like I don't know, man. I don't think that the like Lamar like I think it's a huge ask for Lamar to rush for like 50 or 60 yards against us.
No, but the running backs is what we're talking about. Like if we're not gonna let Lamar run, at least let Derrick Henry like.
Henry's washed,
truck-
though.
I don't think he's washed. I think he just has a turnover
He's
problem.
had a
That's
couple
it.
bad plays. I
Yeah.
think he'll bounce back.
Dude, we have a better run.
He's still
Very
like that.
unusual of Henry to drop this much like
Wow.
of
I wish Brad was here, bro. Let's like tell him. I'll just tell him all this, bro. But I'm just telling you, bro. Brad, I'm telling Brad, bro. Like, look, like, I
call him out.
Brad's not here.
Not even here,
we're gonna
bro.
have a pregame show with Brad. I'm just saying, like, Brad, like, just it might be disappointment, bro. I think
don't
the
know about that.
No,
I'm worried as fuck.
No.
Sorry.
Here's my thing. No. Here's the thing. You shouldn't be worried because Vegas has the Ravens winning by a touchdown, which is, in my opinion, disrespectful. Because what have the Ravens done this year to have them be touchdown favorites against us? It's just crazy.
They're
I'm
facing
fine
the
They
with
beat the
this.
Bills. They beat the Bills week one.
They lost.
No,
Lamar
they
was
lost to the
healthy.
Bills week 1.
Oh, they lost. Sorry.
The one team they beat is the Browns, bro. The Browns.
That
The
is
Browns.
true.
Like we're gonna like get that like an accomplishment. I guess we do, but they haven't had a single.
Okay, 41-40 to the Bills. All right, they kept up with Josh Allen, and I think that's a shootout, man.
The Bills suck.
That's what I think.
It's the same Bills team. You guys are saying the Panthers are gonna beat them.
That's a good point.
That's a fair point.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Like come on, bro. Like, I'm just saying, bro. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess your guys' picks, but I mean, I know you picked the Bears too, but I'm just saying, like Lamar is gonna be contained. That's all I gotta say.
No, I'm just listen. Every game, even the Saints game, I was absolutely nervous. Like every single game so far, I feel like I'm playing, even though I have nothing to do with this team. Like I feel like I'm going out there.
That's the thing. The Bears made Spencer Rattler look all right, and Spencer Rattler's not.
I mean,
not a
to be
star.
fair, he did throw 3 interceptions.
all right. Interception and a fumble, bro. That's all right.
But they were in that game. That 3 interceptions. That game should be locked up like that.
Yeah, like we played down, like we played down. We weren't
That's
trying.
not-
It was a scrimmage.
Sure.
Like we weren't trying,
I don't
That's
know
the
about
problem with the Bears, man. This is how they lose lead. This is how the big plays happen, man.
This is
They
why we
play
are
down to
failing.
competition. Yeah, they play down to competition.
We won't.
The Bears are great on first drives. First drives, they're fantastic. It's second and third quarter. They gotta lock up.
I'll
True.
tell you guys, like
Lock in.
guarantee, bro. Like we're locking in this game, bro. We're locking in.
I hope so. I mean,
We're locking in. Guaranteed
Yeah.
for me.
all right. Well, let's move on to the last couple of games we have here.
Yeah. There you go.
Niners, Texans.
But yeah, I got the Niners winning.
I got the Niners as well. I
I
think Niners are looking good this season. Kittle's back. I think
True.
He'll have much more of an impact than he did on Sunday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I agree.
Bucks, Saints, a divisional game.
Bucks by 50.
Because I'm gonna have to Bucks. Yeah, Bucks by 50. Yeah, I
Christ,
agree
yeah.
with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo,
Dallas,
Baker's gonna stat pad that game.
Stafford. He's gonna
Easy.
catch up in MVP.
This is a Broncos come from behind victory.
I'm just
35
again?
I'm surprised that Cowboys are like 32 only. I got the Cowboys winning this game, but I'm surprised, bro. Like
Because the Broncos defense is really good. Nick Bonito is a defensive player of the year candidate. The defense is humming. For the most part.
32, bro.
That is also fair. That is also true.
Yeah, I got Cowboys winning.
So it's like one potent offense versus one potent defense, and one shit defense. The other one's decent offense. Like it's very hard to predict, but I don't know.
I got Cowboys. Yeah, what do you guys got?
Vish, do you want to go?
I got Broncos. I think Bo Nix is looking good. I think Cowboys will have it early, and I think we'll see another come from behind victory. I think Bo Nix is looking unstoppable in the clutch. Even better if the Broncos can figure it out a little earlier, But
I'm going to pick the Cowboys, and here's why. Because if the Cowboys win this game, it'll make the Bears beating the Cowboys look so much better, and the Packers tying to the Cowboys look so much worse. So, listen, I'll take the Cowboys on this just for that sole purpose, but do I think that's going to happen? Probably not. But if they find a way to win this game, oh my God. Dude, the fact that an Eberflus-led defense allowed the Packers to tie this. I heard enough. I don't want to hear it anymore at this point. But yeah, that's my take at least. But Colts, Tennessee Titans, I think this is I think it should be unanimous, unless I hear objections.
No,
No,
Colts
I'm going
by
Colts.
30, bro. Colts by
Colts
30.
by 30. Okay.
They had one
I
of the
think Cam Ward will have a better game than we've seen, but ultimately I think Colts will pull it out by a good amount.
Yeah, I hope so. I have him on fantasy, so I hope he does. So we got the Sunday night. We got the Meteor Bowl, the Meteor Bowl, as
Yeah.
they say.
like a little fun fact about the
Yeah.
Packers. They won every game this season with like the score of 27.
I hate that so much. I hate that that theory. Oh my god, so dude.
With that being said, though, I got the
It's
Pittsburgh
either rooting
Steelers.
for the Packers or rooting for Aaron Rodgers. So obviously,
you
the
guys
lesser
right
of the evil is.
I'll tell you guys right now, the score will be like 27-27. Rodgers will have the ball to win the game, bro.
Dude, I hope so.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I can't believe I'm having to root.
I mean, after the Unk Bowl last week, I don't know how you can't bet against Rodgers lighting up his former team.
Yeah,
You know,
dude,
but
he will.
again. Meteor would be better.
I prefer if there's a Meteor option, I would take that for sure in a heartbeat. And I think a lot of people would, especially in the NFC North specifically, and maybe the AFC North as well. But yeah, do I think the Packers? They probably will, just because. Wait, it's at Steelers, right? Yeah, so it is at the Steelers. So yeah, it should be. And the last time, according to a stat I saw, the last time the Packers won in against the Steelers out away was in like the 1960s or 70s or something like that.
Let's go. We need stats to help us, bro.
Yeah, and we need the old stats to help us in this game. But god,
this could have been a good game. Could have been a good game, but Chiefs by like 20. Like actually,
Yeah.
they beat
Marcus
them,
Mariota,
I think 31-10, like 38-10. I don't know.
bruh.
Which is unfortunate because Terry just got cleared.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna have to go
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Well, that's going to do it for our pick'ems. Yeah, we had a lot of great conversations, a lot of great topics of debates as well. Again, appreciate Vishnu for joining us and having, the typical sports talk, especially when it comes to football. Love what your insights were. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. Yeah, of course, anytime. That's going to do it for today's episode. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps a lot with the content that we're making as well. We're going to be doing our preview, or at least I'm going to be doing my preview and our pregame for the pregame special, for the Baltimore Ravens Bears game with our friend Brad as well that morning of the game. So be sure to tune in as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Any final thoughts before we call it an episode, gentlemen?
Bro, I'm just excited. I'm excited, bro.
Saquon Barkley, 2 TDs. Book it.
And there you have it.
I think a guaranteed Chicago Bears 31-27 victory, bro. That's guaranteed.
Damn, guarantee on the score as well.
Yeah, guaranteed, bro. I had
if that actually happens, that'll be nice.
I had the script. Look. The feds don't come after me, bro. They did with Billups, bro. I had the script. That's all I gotta say, bro. I had the script.
If you have the script, why didn't you warn us about the Lions, bro?
Yeah, why didn't you tell us about the 2 games that we lost,
bro? We needed adversity, We needed because it couldn't be.
That's what it is.
The script said you couldn't tell us. That's what
I see. Well, that's gonna do it for today's episode. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and as always, guys, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. All right.